I'm always striving to be as authentic as I possibly can, and this piece really is maybe the most authentic to me piece I've ever done. So it's so much of me, I think, is in this piece. I apply paint to the back of clear acrylic panels in order to create a certain experience in each piece. It's not unlike an ink blot test. They're beautiful and they're sometimes creepy and weird, but they all conceptually say something. But they say things, I think, in a subtle way. They don't beat people over the head with like, it's this thing, it has to be this thing, it's always this thing. Like, I think that people can also extract from that subtlety a little bit of what they want to see in it, so that projection starts to happen. Now, of course, what you're seeing on this back panel is not what the front's gonna look like. When I'm doing a commission piece, although I will have an initial vision of what I think I want to go with it and what I think is appropriate and the kind of subject matter I want to show in that piece, my clients affect that. No, so this particular client is very dynamic. I want a little piece of them in this piece. I want it to be simple and elegant, but also really intricate. The paint will have almost a reflectivity to it, which will also change in the light as you walk around it and as different types of light hit it. So for this piece, what I'm working with is that whole concept of law of attraction and then pushing through fear, pushing through doubt, and everything you're looking for shows up. And it shows up in sometimes ways you never dreamed. This was a really difficult piece to put together. This was a really difficult piece to like even craft. It took very, very, very long time, like way longer than any other piece I've ever done, because all of this is heat molded by hand, so it took forever to heat mold the piece, just because of how sculptural it is. It's more sculptural than most of my other pieces, meaning it's a lot bigger and it comes out of the wall longer and it's just more dynamic than all the other pieces. It pulls the viewer inside of the piece. I think the art can bring that out of you, and I think it can pull that out of you, and I think that you could experience it multiple times over and over again, and you can get a totally different experience, not only visually, but I think psychologically, of what it's gonna pull out of you and what you're gonna pull out of it. My pieces are aggressively, they're aggressively attention hogs. They want to be, and they are, and this sounds terribly arrogant, they want to be part of they want to be the thing that everyone sees. They want to be the focal point. They want to be in your face, but in almost a subtle way. I think that they have a subtlety to them, and they have a big whomp you over the head, like, what is that? But they don't, I think that they're a focal point, but they don't completely take over a space. I think they do it in a elegant way. My brain is super intuitive, and sometimes your brain's moving too quickly, so intuition is that thing that rolls you into that creative space fast, and you get amazing stuff that comes out of it. So this piece is called The Exuberant Calling. I wanted this to be like this really explosive piece that was full of like energy and supercharged and going all out there. So it's sticking out of the wall about 24 inches. It's tested the limits of the acrylic. I'm proud of this piece because it pushed me. It really pushed me. When you have that moment of calling and you're putting that out there, there are these moments that come back to you, which are in the red pieces here. I think we all have a calling to do something or be greater or do something that you haven't done before. That concept of the piece actually helped change me. It's been a game changer in the way I do things and how I think about my art. It's opened up a door into the next evolution of where I want to go with my artwork. It totally made me think about my art a little bit differently, but that little bit has triggered something I think that you will see evolve in a really cool way. It's all up in here.